This is David and Angie. We live in a 12 by 16 dry cabin in Alaska. We chose to go simple so that when we want to, we can simply go. We are the Retherfords, and these are our roamings. If you are just visiting and you enjoy this video, we ask that you would give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing.
Hello friends, we're back here again for another Q&A session because we've had lots of comments lately and lots of questions lately, so I thought we'd put this together for you. First off, I just like to thank all of our friends and subscribers and people that watch our videos. The channel's been doing outstanding, tremendous, and whatnot, and it's all because of you guys, all of our friends. So,
First question or comment?
Question, comment. So, speaking of comments and questions and whatnot, we absolutely love your content. We love your questioning. We love hearing from you. We absolutely love your good comments, obviously. Good positive comments. We love your constructive criticism, because we're always looking to improve. We're always looking for new ideas, to ways to do things better. But lately, we've had a lot of very negative comments that they're kind of rude.
They hurt my feelers.
Yeah, they hurt her feelings. They don't hurt my feelings, I guess, but they hurt her feelings.
I'm the major creator of the video, so.
And there's been, we watch other YouTubers as well, and there's been issues with negative comments affecting YouTubers in a negative way, and it's just not right. These YouTubers put their heart and souls into these videos that they put out, and it's just not right to down them like that. Constructive criticism, yes, that's open, welcome. Like I said, we love learning new things, but yeah, just the absolute negative stuff we need to try to stay away from, and learn to do better in life, and treat people the way you would want to be treated. So, all right.
So with that, on the negative note, we get a lot of comments about
our fake life. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently, because of where we live in the cabin, it's technically in the backyard of my property. And we've talked about this before in our last Q&A. There's a 3-bedroom house right here in front of us. And so now people are commenting that we're living this fake life. And we're not off the grid, and we're not remote. And no, we're not any of that stuff. Mm-hmm. We live a simple life. And we're on grid. We have electricity. We do not have water. And that is also by choice. We use our water bottle here, which you've seen before if you've followed us for a while, and we go next door, we fill it up in the garage. But we chose a simple life just because it's what we want to do. We want to be able to just lock our doors and pack our bags and go anytime, anywhere.
Anytime.
And just
when God calls, we're on the move. Shut the door and
absolutely.
Go. And the less amount of things we have to take care of, the more time needs to be spent doing earthly things, taking care of earthly things. And when we have less things and buy less things, consume less things, we have more to give. We have more money to give, more time to give to other people, and that's kind of what's important.
Yeah, that's what's important in our lives right now, and I mean, it should be important in everybody's life.
We don't need all the fancy things, but we gotta love to give.
So, yeah, like the fancy rat rod. So, So as to our fake life, no, this is not a fake life. We do really live in this cabin every single day, 24/7, 365, 366 on a leap year.
It kind of goes along with our giving and love. We gave the kids and the grandkids the house.
Yeah.
They have a better life because we're choosing to live this way.
Absolutely.
And it works for us.
And you have a better life because you get to see your grandkids every day.
I do. And they're fun. You see them in the video all the time. They're fun.
So, all right. So yes, this is definitely not a fake life. This is a real life. We really do this stuff, and this is just who we are.
Yeah.
And
this is way easier than how I grew up.
Yeah.
Seriously off grid, in the woods, with no water, electricity, telephones, no cell phones.
Yeah.
No oven. It was all. My mom cooked on the wood cook stove. If you didn't bring in the wood, you didn't eat or heat. It was it was a tougher life with a whole house full of kids and sled dogs and everything else. Yeah. So this is way more than I had growing up. This is really awesomeness.
so basically, to you, the life we're living right now is actually easy and simple compared to how you grew up.
Yes. Which I loved it then too.
Yeah. So, but, and I grew up as a normal kid. You know, we grew up in poverty and whatnot, but I grew up a normal kid. I actually grew up in houses.
We had a house. We built our own log cabin. It was a house.
So.
Built with love.
And then, so now, this one's kind of funny. We'll get less serious and more funny, but this one's kind of funny. A couple of people commented in on, does she do all the work around here?
Of course I do.
Of course she does. I make her do everything. No. Well, first off, she does all the filming. I do very little filming, so I forget to film myself a lot, so you just don't see me. The second thing is, I currently work a full-time job during the week, and
I work part-time.
She only works a part-time job, so she has way more time to be at home doing stuff. I do most of the cooking, but you never see that because I forget to film that.
Right. And you do the hard stuff.
Hard stuff?
Getting the trees out of the woods. I can carry them in, but you got to get them out of the woods and cut them up and fix the cars and keep the house and that side of life. And he does all the financing too, and that is like a major job that.
Especially with her spending
That's
habits.
way more than me chopping some wood outside and hauling water. I do.
They're very good. So no, she doesn't do all the work, but
I do all the filming, and I enjoy the work.
You do all the YouTube work, because
yes.
I would say I probably do like 2% of the filming, but 0% of the editing. She does all of the editing.
I spend 3 or 4 days videoing, and then 3 or 4 days editing.
And I tell you what, if you've never edited videos before, you do not have a clue what goes into them. There's a lot of time that goes into them.
And the days they don't upload, the days they don't turn out the way they're supposed to, the day things are not attached that are supposed to be attached to them.
Oh, and and we have no internet here, so we're uploading stuff through this Wi-Fi on our telephones.
Hotspot on my cell phone.
So things don't upload real fast here, and, more funny stuff. So those of you that have followed us, you know about our kitchen and whatnot. But we had a couple comments about this. They see our water jug here, and we say we don't have water, but then they see a faucet in our kitchen. And, well, if you've seen our prior videos, the faucet doesn't work. So the sink actually came from your kids' pantry.
Mm-hmm.
They remodeled their pantry, and it had a little pantry sink in there. I'm like, oh, that's just perfect. We'll take it. So we took the sink, we threw it in the cupboard. It fits perfect. It has a faucet on it. We just left it there. The long-term plan is I may try to put a water tank up in the top floor somewhere and do a gravity feed to the faucet. It may or may not happen. That's one of those far-fetched, way in the future ideas that
probably not.
probably won't ever happen.
Then you have to worry about water and freezing water, and
then it goes back into running water again. But so we just leave the faucet there. It just looks like a faucet.
looks like a normal house.
And it doesn't even drain. If you look under the cabinet, she has a tub in there. She throws it outside.
It's right there.
Speaking of the drain, somebody was just commenting about putting the drain in and letting it run onto the ground or whatnot. That's something I do plan on doing in the next summer or so. Is I have a water, it's a plastic tank that I want to bury in the ground and run the drainage pipe to it, so we can just run the gray water from the sink down into the ground and just let it disperse. Oh, and this tank will have a bunch of holes in it, obviously, so it's perforated. So it'll just run gray water down into the ground. Can you hear that?
What?
Maddie snoring right there. That's another funny one.
They're only funny to us.
Well,
I think.
So we've had even more comments about the water bottle hanging on the rope, how it's unsafe. Well, it's not really unsafe. I mean,
It's been hanging there for 2 years.
The pulleys I put there are strong enough to hold my weight, and I tested the pulleys out. I actually stood on it myself, so it'll hold 5 gallons of water just fine. And it's been there for 2 years, like you said, so I don't think it's ever going to fall.
It's been through earthquakes and all. It's good.
That's
it just
true.
swings a little. That's how you know we have an earthquake. The water bottle's swinging.
I think if it ever fell down, it's only because of her not tying abilities, but it hasn't done it yet, so I think we're safe. All right, next one.
No siding outside.
That's what I'll let
No
you start.
siding?
I do all the talking.
Well, this one's more your...
Yeah, but you can start.
So we
this
don't have
way.
any siding on our cabin, on the outside of our cabin. We have OSB.
Yeah,
No,
the particle board stuff.
board.
Yeah.
And we do have the siding. Actually, the kids bought us siding because, what, you fixed their car or something?
Yeah, I fixed her car.
Multiple times or something.
That's what I do.
So anyway, they bought us siding like a year ago or so.
Yeah.
And we just haven't got around to getting it put up because there was other things like insulating and whatnot that were a little bit more important.
You got no.
No?
You got the story wrong here.
What is it?
Why didn't we put it up last year?
I don't know. Oh, you broke your arm.
I fell off a tree and broke my arm. I was in a cast
That's right.
for six weeks last year.
And we
7 weeks actually, and then I do the physical therapy. So that happened in June of last year. So by the time I got physically capable enough to put the siding on, it was too late. It was already getting into fall and winter, and it's like, well, next year's project. So yes, we do plan on putting siding up, and it does look hideous right now. It looks like one of them backwoods Alaskan cabins.
It looks like 10%, 20% of Alaskan homes. The reason they don't put siding on a house is because your taxes go up.
Yeah.
So they intentionally will have a nice house inside with no siding to keep their taxes down.
Yeah, or maybe
We are going to put siding on.
or maybe just no siding on one wall or something, because
Decide that the tax
The
person
way-
sees.
the way the borough taxes work here is until your house is finished, they won't charge you taxes on the house.
So it can always be unfinished.
So yeah, you just leave it unfinished. Yeah. So, but we're not worried about the taxes. It's no big deal. It's like we live here on this property. We live in the borough. We're going to pay our taxes as we need to. I mean, we're part of the community. We're not trying to get away from any of that stuff. So yes, we will finish the outside. I don't want it to be an eyesore in the neighborhood. I want it to be a nice looking little cabin. So yeah, it'll get done
Soon.
We just
It's almost at the top of the list right now.
it is.
So it'll happen soon. We'll have a video about siding being put on.
We'll probably actually start it next weekend. So, all right, what do we got next?
You covered the sink drain. That was next. Plywood floors.
Plywood floors. Oh yeah,
Okay, plywood floors.
we got plywood floors. Well, most floors are plywood until you put something on top of them. So
Just haven't got there yet. It's in the works. We're kind of trying to decide what kind of flooring we want And what do you guys think we should put down?
Yeah.
We don't know.
This is a good time to ask, because we've asked questions on other stuff, and we're trying to do this on a budget. We're trying to stay somewhat cheap about it as you followed us through the pallet walls in the kitchen, which are finally done.
And this looks awesome, and it was free.
Yeah, it was all free.
Except for the nails. It was all free.
So we know we're not going to get away with a free floor, so we know we're going to have to pay something, but we're welcome to ideas on what you think would be nice and durable. We're looking for something very durable because
we don't take our shoes
off. We walk right in and we walk everywhere, and we want durable. We don't want carpet.
Bringing in wood and ashes flying and
then speaking of the floor, we'd love your ideas on a good floor to put in here. We would also love your ideas on this white wall back here. We're trying to decide how we want to do around the fireplace.
Cheaply, but nice looking.
Yeah, it has to be nice looking. And so definitely comment on that. We're talking about comments. Here's where you get to comment. Give us some good ideas what we can try out. The house next door. Oh, we already covered that a little bit. So
yeah.
Okay. People are asking about why don't we have a compostable toilet inside? So
I don't want to poop in the house. No, we haven't. I don't feel like there's room in here, but I mean we could make room. They make room in a van for shower and toilet, but
in our original designs, when we were first designing this place, we were actually talking about a compostable toilet, and it didn't feel right.
Yeah. Got an outhouse. It works just fine.
Well, we didn't have an outhouse when we designed this place.
What'd we do?
We went next door.
Oh, okay. We use a toilet next door. But
I don't want to go next door. But speaking of next door again, I personally rarely ever step foot in next door. Even though, yes, it is my house. Yes, I do own it. But we've given it to the kids. They live there. And I want to respect their privacy. When I have to go talk to them or whatnot, I have no problems going over there and talk to them. I'll walk right in and say, hey, what's happening? Say hi to the kids or whatnot. But if I have to go over and use the bathroom, I don't feel like invading their privacy for using the bathroom. That's why we built the outhouse out here. So we're, other than going over there and getting water, we're like self-contained over here. And I like it. I like living this way. And I think the plans are way in the future when we're done hiking, or when we're done going places, we'd like some remote land and actually build a real cabin and just retire out there. So this is kind of...
we have to hide.
We have to hide.
We're going to hide from society because it's gone nuts.
Yeah.
We'll go to the woods.
And it's gone nuts.
Oh, yeah, and we're getting there.
Yeah, we'll see if anything's left in the next 4 years. So, did I say that out loud?
I think we did.
Sorry.
Anyway. Well, it's truth. Everybody can see it. That ain't hidden.
All right. So
stupid is not hidden.
That was a rabbit trail.
Okay.
Back to where we're at. Compostable toilet. All right. Yeah. So yeah, we decided we just don't want one in here, and
I don't mind going out in the morning. Fresh air first thing in the morning. Sometimes it's 30 degrees. Sometimes it's 30 below, but it makes your quick little trip. Makes it, it's not too bad.
Yeah, you don't find magazines in the outhouse because it's too cold to read through an entire article. You just want to get back inside.
You wait until it's, what do you call it, gophering, and then you go. That's what it is.
Okay.
That was our flooding question.
Oh, why is there water in the shed and not in the cabin?
Yeah, when the yard flooded during breakup.
Yeah, because as you saw our breakup video, that happens every year, but the severity of the breakup and the severity of flooding changes every year. This year is probably the worst we've ever had. So when spring comes on slowly, it allows the snow to melt slowly, and then the the frost in the ground to thaw slowly, and then it'll all start seeping into the ground. But we went from freezing cold to the next day,
50 degrees.
50 degrees, everything's melting for the next week, and now you have, the ground is still solid, so nothing can seep into the ground. All the snow from all around us is melting into our yard, and our yard is this giant low spot over there. There's also a culvert across the road that crosses right into our yard, so all the water from all the way up the street is also flooding into our yard.
And up the hill. We're at the bottom of a hill.
Yeah, so all this water you're seeing us pump in this video is not all from our yard.
From the whole neighborhood.
And it's not uncommon for a quick breakup for our shed to flood. And so we be sure everything's off the floor that can get wet.
And last year, 2 years ago, it was the woodshed was over there, and we moved that because we went in and the floor, all the pallets that were on the floor of the woodshed were floating.
Yeah.
And I stepped in, and it was actually about a foot deep.
Yeah, the woodshed was like a lean-to off of the shed, and it just had a pallet floor on the dirt, and so the pallets would float. So as you'd step in there, they would sink, and you'd be up to your calf in water.
We did that project of moving the woodshed, so it was much drier this year.
And the reason there's no water in the cabin is because we knew how the water flows around here. I've lived on this property for 25 years, something like that.
We're on high ground.
And yeah, so we built the cabin on a higher ground. So just because we knew how the water flowed around here, and that's why there's no water in here. And we even have a crawl space. I call it a crawl space because I have to duck 3 inches, but it's actually a root cellar.
It's a full root cellar. I can walk around in it. No.
If I had to put one more row of cinder blocks, I could stand up down there.
Probably about 5 foot or so, a little over 5 foot down there. So.
And so yeah, there's no water down there either. And but if you're interested in seeing some of that, go back to our cabin build video from way back in the day.
Cabin build, and then we have a root cellar video too.
Do we?
Yeah.
See, she does all the videos, not me. All right.
Which one's that?
Looks like you
have...
Somebody
commented that we have more... It looks like we have more than a 12 by 16 cabin here.
Yes. So the bottom floor is 12 by 16. The bottom floor with no walls on it, from outside of wall to outside of wall, this bottom floor is 12 foot by 16 foot. And then we put 6-inch walls all around it, which brings it down to, 11 by 15 foot roughly of usable space. Then we did the upstairs. There's actually, those of you who watched our video, you see the upstairs is split into 2 levels. The sleeping loft is 12 foot by 8 foot. The office loft, I guess we call it, is 12 foot by 12 foot. And when you do all the math and put it all together, we actually have 375 square foot of usable floor space. So, yes,
it's 12 by 16.
It's a lot of... We have extra room upstairs, but it's truly a 12 by 16 cabin. And I think for a tiny home, you have to be, under 400 square feet?
Something like that.
So...
And it's deceiving in this part of the room because my cabinets are this wide. Yeah. They are not normal size cabinets. They are a mini bar. They were also from the pantry. Yeah, they were. So they're only like this wide. Yeah. So we do have cabinets, but they're not.
Yeah, they're not full size cabinets. Like our countertops are only a foot deep instead of some 2 foot deep like a normal kitchen.
So the island is like a normal size cabinet. Yeah, and that's 2 of ours put together.
2 cabinets put together makes the island, and that's why it looks bigger. But yeah. So yeah, the cabinets are small, which is good because we have less stuff. And if it doesn't fit, we just don't need it.
Exactly.
We didn't write it down, but somebody was asking about the RV and the...
Oh, water damage.
In the flooding video, you see an RV out there and the whole back end of the RV is buried in water. That RV has had water damage in it for years and years and years. The little bit it gets from this flooding is not going to do anything to it. It runs and drives, but it has enough water damage that I don't feel safe using it. Plus, I don't think we've ever used it together.
We camped in the yard in it, but
This is true.
I've never driven it anywhere. Out of the yard ever.
That was kind of my life prior to Angie here. Once we got together,
once we leave the yard, we have backpacks on.
Yeah, once we got together, we started just backpacking and camping in the woods, and where we camped, the RV won't go.
And before you, I lived in campers and trailers and tents for like 3 or 4 years. So an RV was just like another home. And when I leave and go camping, I want to go camping.
So right now, currently, all that's in the RV is recreational gear, such as skis, snowboards, extra cold weather gear, or summer hiking gear, or backpacks, sleeping bags. I mean, and it's all high enough that it's not going to get water damage. So all the extra necessities we need for all the different outdoor recreational stuff we do is all in there. And
someday we'll get rid of the RV and have an actual gear shed.
Gear shed, yeah.
To keep our gear. Something like that. Because it's not going to fit in here.
Yeah, because, we are minimalist, but we do have a lot of gear because we do like to do a lot of different stuff.
And we have extreme temperatures.
Yeah,
where all the gear is different.
Yeah.
For every season.
Because you got cold weather gear, warm weather gear. We do have extra gear. We just feel blessed to be able to go out and take new people with us that have never been on a trail or never been overnight camping, and they're like, oh, I don't have any gear, or what do I need, and all this stuff. We're like,
got you covered.
Just come see us. We'll set you up with a bunch of extra gear you need for this trip, and we'll take you out. And then a lot of times people like it, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna go start getting my own gear, and they go out and they start camping with us more. Sometimes they just don't like it, which is awesome, because then they don't have to spend the money on all this gear to find out it's something they don't like. And that's how I got into hiking and camping. My personal first overnight hiking camping trip was roughly 10 years ago. I don't know the exact day it was. And my friend gave me a list. I'm like, I was all excited about this trail they're talking about. And they gave me this list. You need all this gear. And I think they gave it to me thinking that, they're just going to blow it off. Probably it happens a lot. It even happens to us a lot. But I went through and I got about half the list. I started getting all the stuff. And then I had questions on some of the other stuff. So I just went to my friend. I'm like, so I got this stuff. Now I got questions on this other stuff. And they saw how motivated I was to really want to do this hike. They're like, all right, tell you what, don't worry about it. Just come see us. And they hooked me up with a whole bunch of loaner gear to finish me out for this particular hike. And I was hooked after that. And then I started buying this and buying that and finding stuff at thrift stores and making some stuff. And that's how I got into hiking and overnight camping. Backwoods overnight camping. But so for us to be able to bless other people's with that experience is, I just can't even put it into words. It's how I pay it back. So, sorry. Another rabbit trail.
All right.
Off on a tangent.
The one video of you
I know what the video is.
And the 12 foot of snowstorm, and you're in your shorts.
It wasn't quite 12 feet. It was about 8 feet.
We were standing on top of the hill.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
seemed like 12 feet to me. It was above the outhouse.
It was in Finding Hope in Alaska. We're driving to Hope, and we go to this pass called Turnigan Pass, and it gets lots of snow. And there's about 8 foot wall of snow, and I'm standing on top of the snow in shorts. And they're like commenting how I'm wearing shorts in the snow. Well, if you watch a lot of our videos, I wear shorts all the time. Most of the winter I'm in shorts. Obviously when I'm extended period of time outdoors, I'm not in shorts. But if I'm just going places or here or there, I'm always in shorts. Yeah. I love my shorts.
Just from sun and mosquito protection is probably the only reason.
Yeah. In the summer it is, yeah.
In the winter,
I know.
it gets cold.
I got a good sunburn. See that nice tan that line right there? I got a nice sunburn all over in Peak last week. But yeah, check out that video too. But so I was wearing pants all week this week, protecting my legs, let the legs heal a little bit. So yes, I love my shorts. Oh, look at that. How do you stay so slim?
Somebody asked how we stay so slim.
No, how
I stay so slim.
They know how I stay slim.
I work hard.
Because I run and hike all the time.
Yeah, that's it. I don't run. But anyways, I'm just built this way, I guess. I do watch what I eat. I do mostly keto, like all keto.
Yeah.
Except for a couple times a year maybe, I stick to keto because that's what my body likes. Mm-hmm. That's what I feel good with, and it's not the same for everybody. But that's what I like, and I love to work hard, and I feel good when I'm eating right and working hard. Yeah. And it helps with my depression. If my body feels good, then my mind feels good. And if I start eating junk and feeling junk, then my mind goes straight to crap, basically. And I feel mentally crappy.
And I hear about it too.
So that's why I stay slim, for my all-around good health.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but it's...
So we both do keto.
I like discipline.
I cheat a lot more than she does on keto. But it does make me feel good, and I definitely know when I cheat because I feel bloated and yuck. I know when she cheats because she complains.
Because I get, I bloat up and I feel bad. My whole body feels bad because it doesn't like certain things. It doesn't like gluten. It doesn't like sugar. It doesn't like... There's some stuff I don't even know. I think some stuff I eat people don't want me to eat because a lot of stuff gives me gas. Like a lot of stuff. I have some intolerance to some things.
Wow, I don't even know what to say about that. That is the worst smelling stuff ever. If I could bottle that stuff and just send it to you guys, I would. Man, just to know what that is like.
I'm not sure what it is that does it.
Oh, Maddie's up.
I think it's a lot of it is gluten and...
Well, that's a good one. Good long stretch there.
Good girl. But anyway, yeah, we have keto videos from the past, and once in a while we'll just show you what we're eating. And
yeah, the keto videos weren't so popular.
We don't eat a lot.
So we don't do...
We honestly, food is not one of our priorities.
Yeah, and the keto videos weren't so popular in the past, so we don't... We don't... What is that? What did you do?
He does all the cooking, so it's usually, it ain't a casserole. It's a sausage and a salad every single night. It's okay. When we say he does the cooking, yeah. A hamburger and a salad, a sausage and a salad.
Definitely not a chef.
Or just a salad. And sometimes,
together.
we're not strict about food. Sometimes it's a bowl of popcorn for dinner. I'm good with that.
That's a cheat night, by the way.
For me, we're not supposed to have, you can have like 2 cups of popcorn, not 2 bowls.
Not the whole bowl.
A bowl.
Well, that was Maddie's bowl.
It's a food group.
Well, yes, Maddie does love popcorn. She helps us with it. So
she loves everything. Anyway.
We got astray. What were we talking about?
What?
Did we finish what we were talking about? We went astray there.
Food. Yeah, popcorn's a food group. So is coffee. Coffee is a food group.
Coffee. Speaking of coffee, I've been off coffee for over a year now. I went from drinking 2 pots a day to nothing. I drink caffeine-free tea. A friend of mine got me some single packets of Folgers decaf, and I enjoy those a couple times a week, but really I don't have an urge for coffee anymore. It's really weird because I was so addicted to that stuff. I was like, coffee.
He's been set free.
My
name's Angie, and I'm an addict. I like my coffee. You probably see in every single video that I make coffee, because I do. It's not just once in the morning. You just see it once. I make it multiple times a day. But
So,
it's part of my life.
You want to talk about your coffee change now, or you want to hit that later?
That I brought in the Keurig?
Yeah.
It wasn't new. It's been like, I bought that like 8 years ago or whenever Keurigs came out years ago. I had that in my camper. When I lived in a camper, I had a Keurig. Because coffee is that important to me that I got a Keurig when I lived in a camper. And so anyway, I was doing the French press every day, grinding my own beans. I don't know, I just got bored with it, I guess, and I thought, I just want something.
But you said it wasn't tasting right.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
Like it was too hot.
It was, I don't know, it just didn't taste good.
So she was telling me that maybe he's making her water too hot.
Yeah, probably.
And
so
I
moved to the Keurig.
Went back to the Keurig for a little bit. And
it don't taste good either. So I actually ordered, spent money one night, and I ordered a pour over pot and a pour over teapot that has a thermometer in it, so that I get the temperature just right. So,
and what is that temperature supposed to be?
I don't know yet.
All right. So those you coffee snobs out there that understand how to make this kind of coffee and proper temperatures and whatnot, this is where you comment. We need your comments at this point.
How to make the perfect cup of coffee.
How do you help Angie
make a perfect
with her addiction right now?
I'm going more in depth with my addiction.
So, all right.
Get a better fix. Anyway.
So, Maddie, size, breed.
Maddie girl.
So, we got Maddie a year before we got married.
To right about a year ago. A little.
Yeah, her birthday.
Not a year ago. 6 years ago.
Maddie's birthday is May 28th. And this month she will be 6 years old. And she is, what, 65 pounds-ish. Breed, we don't really know her breed. We have some assumptions. Some Mastiff.
She's supposed to be
Lab.
Some Blue Heeler, a little bit of Lab, Brindle Mastiff, which is her coloring and her boxy face, and then a Bernese Mountain Dog, which we saw those this weekend, and I don't really see that in her. They had long hair.
Oh, really?
But anyway, I do see the Brindle Mastiff, and then she's the size of a Blue Heeler.
Mm.
They're smaller, shorter.
But it's funny, you don't see any lavender though.
Not really.
But her sister from the same litter lives next door.
Which she's in a lot of videos too.
Yeah.
Them playing
You'll
together.
see them out there playing, but her sister looks more like a lab, has the lab nose and features. It's kind of weird.
So she's very, people say how well-mannered she is because we take her everywhere, and she is very well-mannered.
Yeah, we don't ever put her on a leash.
We make sure she gets out every week doing some activities.
Yeah.
She loves to play. She's a people dog.
She's a people dog. She's not, I tell people, she's not an indoor dog. She's not an outdoor dog. She's a people dog because she likes to be with her people. So if we're inside all day and we're doing whatever and we like, oh, you want to go outside? We open the door for her. She's like, whatever, and just lays back down. But if we go outside and we're splitting wood or cleaning the yard or just sitting around doing nothing, she wants to be outside. She doesn't want to be left inside. She wants to be wherever we are. And she goes in almost every adventure with us, hiking, running. She'll run with me, camping.
Yeah,
she sleeps in the tent with us.
She sees the backpacks and there's no keeping her back. She's going.
Yeah. And,
I've had people comment when I'm out on the road, it's too cold for your dog. She wants to go. You hold her back.
Yeah, I don't see any issues with her outside until it starts getting below zero. Then she starts having problems with her paws a little bit. If
she stands still.
Which we could always get her booties if it stays below zero for that long, but it doesn't up here. We don't.
But she hikes in the mountains in the snow for hours and loves it.
Yeah.
So.
But at home, she's so well behaved. Doesn't get into anything. Doesn't get in the trash. She has her own personal mannerisms. You always kind of know what she wants. She eats twice a day. She knows. She has her procedures or habits for
She says
eating.
her prayers before she eats. She has her vitamins every day. She takes fish oil and her hip and joint supplements. Chondroitin.
Glucosamine with chondroitin, but it's an actual dog formula.
Because she goes running and hiking so much to keep her joints healthy.
Yeah, it's preventive maintenance. She has no issues right now, but we just want to keep her joints all well lubricated, keep her a happy dog, because we love her to death. And the couch is hers, as you can tell. I don't know if you can see her or not.
We sit there sometimes too.
But unlike a lot of dogs, she's not dominating, because if you want the couch,
she'll get down.
She'll get out of your way. You know, I've seen dogs be like, "Rrr, my couch," rrr, and growl at you or whatnot. She gave me a funny eye.
Same with the bed. She'll go up and lay in bed before. She'll go up. It's bedtime.
Yeah.
And then if one of us goes up, she'll be like, "Okay, join me." But when the second one goes up, she gets out of bed.
Yeah. She's usually getting out of bed. She can hear us going upstairs. She'll usually get out of bed before we're even up the stairs.
And she'll go to her own bed. So.
Yeah. And the funny thing, like, almost every night we'll be sitting here just watching a movie or something, and she'll walk over to the stairs, stop about 2 feet away, and just stop and stare at us. And she'll stare at us for like 30 seconds. And if we don't say nothing, she'll just start creeping up the stairs and just hop in bed. Or if we look over and like, "Oh, you going to bed?" She'll be like, "Yep." And she just goes up and goes to bed.
She wants to say goodnight.
She just says,
"It's time."
Yeah, she's a good dog.
And her name is Maddie, M-A-T-Y. It's just short for Matanuska, which is the name of the mountain that we climbed when she was
11 weeks old.
11 weeks old. She climbed
her first mountain.
And it was, how tall was that mountain?
6,119 feet.
It's a challenging mountain for a lot of folks,
yes.
And she did it as a pup.
At 11 weeks old. I only had to carry her twice. Yeah, that was so funny. It makes me smile thinking about the story.
With big boulders and stuff. It was impossible for her to hike up, and then she got overly tired and was just falling asleep.
Yeah, so we were heading back down, and she's sitting on this rock, and this is when we still had Charlie Dog. So Angie and Charlie Dog were heading down, and I was heading down behind them. Like, come on, Maddie, and she's just sitting there because puppies have a hard time going down things in the beginning. So I'm like, I told Angie and Charlie, "You guys just keep going. I'll go check on Maddie." So I go up, check on Maddie, and she's just sitting there. It's this little puppy. Her eyes are closing, and she's like, she's almost falling over. So I took my fleece off. I built a little sling real quick, and I threw her in it, and I carried her down the big rocks for about 15 minutes. She just got a little nap in, and poof, she was done. Off running again. So it was kind of our test. So this is our life. If you can hang with us, then you can hang with us.
And she hangs.
No, we've took her on all kinds of crazy hikes, crazy mountains. Never has she ever given up. I've been with dogs that have given up and just lay down and be like, "I'm done, carry me out." She's never given up. She's been dead tired. We did Bold Peak, 17 hours of hiking up a mountain that's 7,522 feet. And it's 17 hours of hiking. And she was so tired, man. You can see her coming down the boulders like, really slow. And you have to coach her along. "Come on, Maddie, we're still going." She's like, "Okay." She comes down a little bit, and her tail that has this nice curl to it was like dead straight down. She didn't even have the energy to lift her tail up anymore. So
but she did it.
She did it. And then when you leave that trail, you ride a four-wheeler for an hour. And so I have her laying across my lap and my arms on this four-wheeler, and she's like passed out, like flopping around. It was funny. She's so adorable. All right. We could probably talk about Maddie for an hour, but we should probably not. All right.
So.
I think that's all we have for now. We just thank you for all your comments, for all your views, for sharing our content with your friends, and just please keep doing it. It's just
subscribe.
We just love doing it.
95% of the people who watch us are not subscribed?
Yes.
I don't know. I think a lot of people don't know how to subscribe, or they don't know how to get their own account, which is free.
Yeah,
So
it's all free to watch. It's all free to subscribe.
And we follow people. We have 3 or 4 different couples that we can't wait every Sunday or whenever they come out to, we've subscribed and we're excited when we see their stuff come out, and we hope that people, get excited when we put a video up, see what we're doing. And
that's our movie
night. We just kind of feel like they're our friends. We don't know them, but they're our friends.
So Friday night and Sunday night are our movie nights. And our movie night starts with YouTube, and we want to watch our people that we've been following. And they are our inspiration as to what we're doing here. And I think it helps watching them to be more ourselves and not live a fake life. And so what we're bringing you and what we're showing you, this is us every day. If you want to come up and visit us for a week, you're going to be like, yep, that's them.
Yep.
This is real.
You're going to have a shower once a week, and you better find your own place to shower. You're going to go to the bathroom in the outhouse when it's dark and cold. You want to eat? Well, hope it fits in the fridge, whatever you buy. It's a mini fridge.
And we have no freezer until the snow flies. Then we'll have a freezer outside.
It works for us.
So, all right.
Anyways, I think that's about it.
Yeah, we just thank you all for watching.
Yeah.
Definitely leave comments. We love reading all your comments. We love commenting to your comments, even though it's a lot of hard work because there's so many comments, and we try to reply to every single one of them. It's so much work, but.
And we both read them, and we both comment back.
Yeah.
So.
I try to comment on the ones that apply to me or ones that apply to both of us, But she does most of the commenting back. But even though it is an extreme amount of work to try to get to all the comments,
we usually try to
keep sending them. They're definitely worth reading. All right.
And if you get blocked, it was a really nasty comment. And I don't want to hear them. There's things that, like we were saying, there's.
Yeah, we won't mention the bad ones.
They're if that's something we can change to make it better, we'll do that. But there are things we can't change because it's who we are.
We're open to constructive criticism. Yes.
But, anyways, all's well. We're good. We hope you're all good, and I guess we'll see you next Sunday.
See you next Sunday. God bless you all.
Yes. All right. Bye.